Conor Gallagher is set to leave Chelsea in case Atletico Madrid is able to meet Chelsea's asking price. As well as Chelsea is going for another young goalkeeper who has just had only one appearance or one senior team appearance. Chelsea is set to sign Mike Penders, a goalkeeper from Genk, the Belgium side. Victor Osimhen and Lukaku are still on the fence, with both teams trying to finalize, find a pathway for both players and both clubs to be happy. These and many more I'll be bringing you in today's Chelsea transfer news right here on the channel. My name, as usual, the Prince of Chelsea, Prince Hamdan, and I'm always excited to be here to give you amazing news. As I said earlier on, Gabriel Chelsea Brazilian wonder kid from Grêmio. His club is said to be in talks with Chelsea to finalize a move from his club to Chelsea. Earlier on, Chelsea had a deal with the player. They've had talks with the player, and it looked positive. So now Chelsea has to deal with the club and have agreements with the club before the young Brazilian would be a blue. And from what we've seen, the player is a fantastic player. He's a very, very good player. And so, as you know, Chelsea is still focusing on their future, career or future, prospecting of young players for the future. So, and I think this is one of them. We all remember Kendrick Pies. We know of Estevao William as well, who's also a Brazilian and also will be coming to Chelsea very soon. If this deal goes through, Gabriel would not be joining Chelsea until he turns 18. I think he's 16 at the moment. So probably in the next 2 years, if we're able to get this particular deal through. As usual, also, Conor Gallagher is said to be, Atletico Madrid is said to be interested in our midfielder, Conor Gallagher. And if Atletico Madrid is able to meet Chelsea's contract terms, Conor Gallagher will be going to Atletico Madrid. I don't know what you think about offloading Gallagher as a Chelsea or as an Atletico Madrid player or whichever team he might be going. For me, I think Gallagher is one of our very own, and I feel he should have, Chelsea should have extended his contract at least. But then, as it stands now, Chelsea hasn't said anything. The only thing we know is that Chelsea is ready to offload the midfielder. We know that Atletico Madrid has offered a 20 million euro for the player to Chelsea, but then Chelsea wants more. Chelsea is looking for almost a double of what has been given for Conor Gallagher. So basically, that is it on Conor Gallagher as well. Also, Filip Jogenson, as I said earlier on, his deal is almost, I think it's 98% done. He has completed the majority or the major parts of his medicals with his deal probably going until 2030 with a 1 year option to add. So basically, that is what is happening. Chelsea agreed on a 24 million euro deal with his club, and this goalkeeper is said to be a strict competitor with Sanchez. There is the feeling that when Filip Jogenson comes, it would be good competition for Sanchez. Though Sanchez, as we all know, is going to be our number one goalkeeper, as Enzo Maresca made it known to us. But then anything can happen in the middle of the season or at the beginning of the season. So it's good to have another good goalkeeper who can, get into the polls should in case there is a challenge. And as we know as well, Petrovic might also be leaving the club because of the coming of Jorgensen. So let's monitor how things are go. I don't know what you think. You can let me know your thoughts in the comment section as well. What do you think about Petrovic leaving or Petrovic being sold? and also Filip Jogenson coming in as our new signing. Let me run by you some stats from Jorgensen. He has been with Villarreal in the Spanish league. He last season he was able to give about 50% long ball accuracy. He has 47% sweeper, 6% goals conceded, and 10% clean sheets. High claims 50%, and also 41% save percentage. 41% save percentage. So overall, I think he's not your overly over the moon kind of goalkeeper, but he's a decent goalkeeper that can, step into the post if in case Sanchez is out of injury or there is a need to, switch things or switch goalkeepers to bring about competition. I think this guy will be the guy to do that. He's about 190 centimeters tall, 22 years of age, and I think that, as I said earlier on, the deal is worth 24.5 million euros. That is 20 million pounds for Villarreal. And as I said earlier on, we are hopeful that he will come and also, help the Blues, because next season we are actually looking at having a very good performance. Though the preseason, didn't start very well. And I would like to have or hear your opinion about what has been happening in our, 2 games of preseason. I know you might have seen our videos, our analysis of the games. If you've not seen it, I'll leave links in the comment section. But I'd like to have your opinion about how, things have been going so far for the Blues. In the preseason, with our first game against Wrexham was a 2-2 draw. Our second game, we lost to Celtic 4-1, and a lot of fans have been talking. So I would like to hear what you have to say about this particular preseason. Although we know the fact that Enzo is still a new coach, he's still a new coach. He's still trying to put things together, but that doesn't prevent us from sharing what we see and what we think. So basically, that is it on Filip Jogenson, but not the end for our goalkeeper search. Quite recently, there've been talks with Genk on their goalkeeper Mike Penders. Genk is in the Belgian league with Mike Penders having only one senior game appearance, and Chelsea is already in the market to pick the young chap up. So we are hopeful. We are hopeful to see what happens with this particular deal. We are on the fence, looking out to see what happens with this particular deal. And Mike Penders happened to have his first senior league game appearance for his club last Sunday, and he kept a clean sheet. So basically, I think it's something that he's a keeper Chelsea is looking out to sign for the future, because if we are able to sign him, he'll be going back to his club on loan until Chelsea feels it's right to come back to the club. And also some notable goalkeepers, because we've had some very notable goalkeepers come from this particular route as well. Talk about man like Courtois. Courtois has come from this same team, and man like Cohen Casteels also came from Genk as well. So yes, they have a very good history of producing very good goalkeepers. People have already started to see Mike Penders as the next Thibaut Courtois in the world of football. So let's see what happens as well. But then there's also this feeling a lot of fans have that the owners or the management of Chelsea are concentrating too much in the future and forgetting the now. Because if you look at our preseason games, you clearly see that there are certain missing links. We need certain kind of players to support or to help the first team, and we've not heard anything about it. I don't know what you think. I'd like to have your comments in the comment section about this particular conversation, do you think they are too much into signing only young players for the future, forgetting about the first team? And how is that going to impact us in the next season? Remember, a lot of fans are yearning for Chelsea to be back to the glory days of winning and progressing in football. I mean, as you know, unfortunately, we will not be playing Champions League this season, and that is as a result of our bad performances last season. So a lot of fans are hopeful that this particular season we are going to at least get into top four, if not win the league. So let me know your thoughts on that particular conversation as well. That is whether you think, Mike, the Chelsea owners now are too much concentrating on young talent and forgetting the first 11. Now let's get to the Victor Osimhen Lukaku saga. It has been reported that PSG had offered Osimhen some personal terms and they agreed, but unfortunately the deal went cold in between the lines. And also, as we know, Victor Osimhen is keen on leaving Napoli. PSG would have been an ideal location for him, but as we speak now, it has gone cold. It has gone cold. So Victor Osimhen is looking at other options as he doesn't want to stay in Napoli anymore. But then there's that, interest from Chelsea for Lukaku as well, as Napoli also has interest in our very own Lukaku, who Chelsea wants to offload but are not getting suitors. Unfortunately for us, Napoli coach has put Lukaku on his high-rated, players that he needs. But then that would depend on the fact that Victor Osimhen leaves. If Victor Osimhen doesn't leave Napoli, that might put that deal in a very, bad situation. But we are hopeful that Victor Osimhen would want to come to Chelsea, then we can strike a deal for Lukaku to also join Napoli. But then there've been a lot of different agreements in between time. There've been agreements of Chelsea wanting to just buy the player directly, but unfortunately the asking price is way too high, and also the salary of Osimhen is also one of our problems, right? And then from there, we heard of both teams talking on a swap deal, but it doesn't look like that is feasible. And this morning, we've heard about Chelsea trying to see if they could get Victor Osimhen on loan to Chelsea with an option to buy. And for me, I think that is also a very good idea on the table, for Victor Osimhen, because at the end of the day, if we are able to get Victor Osimhen on loan, we'll be getting a top striker, and we also get the opportunity to offload Lukaku, who is on very, very huge salaries in our club. And I think that is one of the reasons why the club wants to offload Lukaku, in as much as we are not getting a lot from him anytime he returns to the club. He is on very high wages, and report says that he's on a wage of 325,000 per week. And as you know, Chelsea is looking at structuring how things are done with a particular or a certain cap over how salaries are paid. And that is one of the reasons why the Victor Osimhen deal has been in the pipeline for a very long time, because Chelsea is not willing to go above a certain threshold to pay or to play certain kind of players. So for me, I think it is good news. We are hopeful that Victor Osimhen might come to augment our striking force, as I've said earlier on. From what we've seen, though we've not seen Nicolas Jackson in the preseason. I'll be talking about that in another video. Though we haven't seen him, we've not really been scoring goals. We've not really been very, very articulate in the striking position. We've seen what this young chap who came from Barcelona has done, McGew, we've seen the potential, but then there are conversations that he might be going on loan. Still, things are not certain yet. So having a top class striker like Victor Osimhen, though a section of Chelsea fans feels that Chelsea won't be an ideal club for him, we are hopeful that he comes and he's able to do some magic for the club as he has done as he has done with Napoli. Hopeful, we are all fingers are still crossed with this particular loan offer to Napoli, and also the other way around, giving or selling Lukaku to Napoli as well, while we have Osimhen on loan as at the same time, and at the same time, have a top striker. So, guys, that is it for the Victor Osimhen Lukaku saga. At the moment, PSG is not really pushing, and now Chelsea has made our stand, and we want Osimhen, but on certain conditions. If those conditions are met, definitely Osimhen will be coming to Chelsea. So, guys, I think that is it. I would like to know what you think about this Osimhen Lukaku conversation. Do you think Osimhen would be a good player or would be a good striker for the Blues? Let me hear your thoughts on that particular one, and also Lukaku leaving the club, and any other general conversations you want us to have. You can leave that in the comment section. As usual, I would always thank you for staying tuned and watching the videos, liking and subscribing to the channel. If you are new here, please make sure you subscribe, as we bring you a lot more content around Chelsea Football Club and its players, and as well as news. So please make sure you subscribe, smash that like button to rate the video so a lot more Chelsea fans can see the video. Thank you very much. Until the next episode, Chelsea Prince, peace. I'm out.